So just before the video does start, just a quick little ad on a trading service I offer over on Twitch. I do daily trading guides including loads of price sheets for special card trading, silver trading and so on and so on. And you get them daily over there for £5 a month or free with Amazon Prime. Yo, so guys, welcome to a brand new video. So in today's video, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be having a little look at what should happen to the market if we get the guaranteed Team of the Week packs that have been put into the pack code, and what will happen if they're tradable, and what will happen if they're untradeable, and what happened in previous years when they dropped these, and what you should look to invest in, and just about covering absolutely everything. So, if you guys aren't aware, in the pack code, we have had this pop up, which guarantees one Team of the Week / one Team of the Week moment player from 15 to week 32. Now, of course, we did have one of these previously, I think on Foot birthday, but obviously this one's come around, and yeah, we're gonna have a little look to see what will happen if this is tradable and untradeable. We would expect this coming today because if you guys don't know, on the Wednesday, which again is the day we're recording this, Team of the Week does end until Team of the Season is over. So we don't have any Team of the Weeks, and as a result of having no Team of the Weeks, obviously Team of the Weeks would go up a fair bit as they're required for SBCs but not being resupplied. So that is the pack code right there. Again, there's nothing else being added in regards to Team of the Week players other than this. There was a few upgrade packs which you've already seen, but I say again, we're expecting this Team of the Week pack pretty soon. This is the same Team of the Week pack as we saw right here, where they gave us a Team of the Week 19 to 29. But of course, it's I think it's 15 to 32s and moments, so it's a little bit like this, but different. Again, there's no way of knowing if it'll be tradable or untradeable. That sort of stuff just doesn't get into the pack code. It's they add the pack, and then they can choose if they want it being tradable and untradeable. I guess I'll show you guys what happened here. They dropped this pack on the 8th of April, and it just did absolutely nothing to the market. In fact, arguably there was a little bit, arguably the market went up when it came out. You can see April, that's when it dropped. He literally rose. Why did he rose? He rose for weekend leagues. There was absolutely no difference to the market whatsoever, because it was untradeable. So if this SBC is untradeable, do expect really not much difference to the market. And if there are cards being panic sold 10 to 20%, you want to buy them, because as you can see, there was literally no difference to the market last time because it was untradeable. So again, if they go and drop this SBC and it ends up being untradeable, and all my research ends up being for nothing, do just pick up cards if they're down 10 to 20%. In fact, just pick up cards if they're down 10%, because they should rise anyway with weekend league. So that is what will happen if they're untradeable, and that's what happened earlier. Now I've gone through every single year from this year to FIFA 17 to actually go and scope out, have we had a tradable SBC like this? And I'll show you guys my results. Obviously FIFA 20, this is the only thing we've had where you could pack any Team of the Week player. What are we on right here? FIFA 19, we did have a Team of the Week 84 plus, but this happened after Team of the Season. If you can see right here are when they dropped all them footy cards. So I kind of redeemed this one, kind of irrelevant because it was that late in on FIFA. We have FIFA 18. FIFA 18, we had this one. It's a bit like the pack we got previously. And again, where you can get anyone from 1 to 26. And then we move underway with FIFA 17. FIFA 17 is very interesting because we had a Team of the Week 84 plus tradable. And that did come given the 4th week of Team of the Season. And to be honest, this is the pack we're going to be basing stuff off of. And we also had the 84 plus guaranteed untradeable, which I'm not quite sure if I can show you. No, I can't show you. And this came what was it? May. This came the 5th of May. So arguably it would be coming this time next week. Now the source of FIFA 17 to the market is obviously completely different in ways of icon SBCs, in ways of probably less coins in the market. There were probably there were less special cards back in FIFA 17. We can nonetheless have a little look at what happened. So what I've done is I've gone and roped up a bunch of the FIFA 17 cards on this tab over here, and we can have a little look what happened. So the untradeable one came on the 12th of May, and the tradable one came on the, I believe, the 6th of June, if I'm not wrong. How I've actually gone and worked out the dates, by the way, is I've headed over to Foot and looked at the oldest comment, and use the oldest comment as a standpoint of when it was made. So this is the tradable one, and sorry, the 10th of June. And there you go. You can see the oldest comment on there is the 10th of June. And again, I could only go off the presumption that someone would have commented the first day this had been dropped. And it also ended on the 30th of June. So both packs ended on the 30th of June. but this one came on the 10th of June, whereas this one came on the 5th of May. And again, we are looking at FIFA 17, so do understand the market is going to be a little bit different. But let's have a little look at how some of these cards were on the... Actually, I think it was the 8th of May, not the 6th. Let's have a little look at how some of these cards reacted on both of those days. So we'll start off, I guess, by looking at De Bruyne. I've got De Bruyne, Neymar, Aguero, Sanchez, and Raheem Sterling to show you guys. So let's head back over here on the 8th of May, and you can kind of see pretty obviously where this pack dropped, which is actually really interesting because this was an untradeable pack, but it was, again, an 84 plus. But you can see right there, there's the untradeable pack. Again, no weekend league sell-off between the Sunday and Monday, which is interesting. Pack dropped, and so did De Bruyne by 100k. Pretty crazy, bear in mind it was an untradeable pack. And then again, if we go ahead all the way over here to the 10th of June, you can see the exact same thing here, 300k, and in one day, down 60k. We'll head over looking at a high-rated De Bruyne. And again, here's the 8th. It was a bit interesting. There you go. Here's where you had a little bit of weekend league sell-off, but then that was then also further drop because of the pack. The pack, once again, was out till the 30th of... was out until the 30th of June. But you can see they didn't just continuously drop, sorry. They dropped, and then, of course, you got to Weekend League, which is here, which is quite interesting. Obviously, the cards going up. Which is interesting with this pack, because this pack could be dropped on the Wednesday. Obviously, if Weekend League Thursday, you guys can see, even like years ago, when there wasn't maybe as much money in the market, and people didn't have as much money to pump into their Weekend League teams, these cards went against the drop when people were buying their Weekend League teams. So what I would say is, again, I'll move on to this a little bit later, but if cards are dropping low today, you buy them today, you literally sell them tomorrow. Sell them for that Premier League hype. But there you can see, once again, a rebound on the May, and then we'll go and show you how he was looking on the 10th of June. Yeah, really nothing interesting, actually. Between the 9th and the 10th of June, he generally dropped like 30k, so there's that. Let's have a little look at the likes of Sterling. So again, here's the May drop. We go from the 8th. He only dropped for one day, which is interesting. There's down 10k, and then if we go scroll all the way over here to June, there is when he had the team of the week. So he was, it was extremely cheapo here. I think it's because he got a second in form, which again will be a card we'll have a little look at right here. And again, if we can go and find the 8th of May, he had a one-day drop right there, and then he rose for Weekend League. And then if we can go and find the July, or June, sorry. And there you go, we can see him dropping right there with the 10th of June. He was dropping prior to that again. Imagine people selling on their weekly teams. We got a few more cards. Got Neymar, lovely card. This was more just to check what the top tier players were doing. Again, there's the 8th, the drop from the 8th to the 9th. And then he actually plateaued out a little bit, which is interesting. But that's down obviously 150k. And then if we had a little look at the 10th, Scooby-Doo-Doo, there was really nothing interesting, which is interesting. Bear in mind it was actually tradable at that point. But there you go. A little bit of a drop, and once again a rise for Weekend League. So what I've gone and done is I've gone and chosen a few Team of the Weeks between Team of the Week 15 and obviously the most recent Team of the Week 32 moments. In regards to buying the players, if the pack is untradeable whatsoever, honestly just look to buy these players if they're down, 10%, because they shouldn't really have any effect on the market, as proven earlier in the year. So yeah, if they're down 10%, if we're looking at Ben Yedder's at 360, you want to buy that one. That one's down to about 270, buy the one, because there really shouldn't be an effect, and if anything, they're going to rise more with Weekend League tomorrow. So not only are they going to rebound, which means you're already making 5% profit if you're getting 10% cheaper, you're also going to get, and then some, with going into Weekend League rewards. But yeah, a lot of these, and then if the pack is tradable, you probably want it to buy about 20-30% cheaper, and then go and sell tomorrow on rewards, because again, we should still see a rebound. So I'll walk through a few of the cards. Obviously, Ben Yedder's, very popular card in the game. Werner, extremely popular card in the game. The Van Dijk is actually really interesting because going into Premier League Team of the Season, a lot of the Liverpool defence and goalkeeper and even defensive midfielders should receive Team of the Seasons. And as a result of receiving Team of the Seasons, a lot of them link through Van Dijk. Now, of course, Van Dijk is going to get a Team of the Season, but that card's going to be about 2.5 to 3 mil, which as a result means people have to deal with other Van Dijks. And if you look at the trends of this guy last year, they were insane. So I'd be very happy picking up some Van Dijks. Again, if the pack's untradeable, I'll go pick some up at 600. If the pack is tradable, well then I'll, look to hopefully buy some around about 500k. You got second inform, your Inform Ericsson, obviously an interesting card. Bear in mind he's transferred to the Calcio A, which as a result, when we have the Premier League informed, don't know if anyone will link via Ericsson, but a lot of Premier League informed should do well, and obviously bear in mind he won't get another Spurs inform. Should be quite good. Same Maxim, same reason, not expecting to get a team of this season, but when people are building their Premier League teams with the untradables, tradable Premier League team seasons they get, Maxim hopefully should be making it. Wan-Bissaka, again, an extremely popular player. Could be hitting a team of season, so you might want to go and sell him tomorrow to play it safe. 9 Golden, extremely popular card, so should rebound pretty well. Moments Pepe, might hit team of the week, but not really backed for hitting might hit team of season, not really backed for hitting the team of season though. So as a result, we should rise when people are building their Prem teams. Trent, you'd look to buy today, or look to buy when he drops, sell the following day, because he could I'd back him getting a Prem team of season. I think most people would. Tellez, again, yeah, very popular player. Carvajal, very popular player. Pereira, you'd sell before Premier League. You'd sell him on Thursday. Kai Havertz, again, popular. Decore, popular. Moment. Walker. Now, there's a few interesting investments right here. I've gone with a few cards that link to the Moments of the Port, because if you guys don't know, cards that link to Objective and SBC cards do very, very well in the Weekend League. For example, Lala and Kolodezaka and Renato Sanchez all did very well when we had the Bakayoko, because they all linked through him, so that was pretty good. So the Kante obviously is a link to the likes of Laporte. I've got Alan, Sancho. I just kind of went through from some of those popular cards on FIFA, as you can see. Then we got the Gnabry. He obviously links up to the Thor that people did objectives. Mendy links up to the Laporte. Lloris links up to the Laporte, and Moments Coman also links up to the Laporte. So there's a few cards I would say look out for. These prices right here, once again, are the prices before the SBC comes out. So obviously take 10% off if it's untradable, or take about 20-30% off if it is tradable. So that should be about it. If you have Team of the Week cards, I probably wouldn't panic sell them, because going off of trends, this SBC very well could just be untradeable, and then we get a tradable one later in the year. Could be tradable. They honestly could go and drop this pack, maybe, tradable, untradable, then also maybe drop to current. Well, there can't be a current Team of the Week, can there? But maybe they, God knows what they're going to drop today, to be honest. But yeah, if you have Team of the Weeks, I wouldn't panic sell them. If you, again, have coins, look out buying those cards. Let them drop 20-30%. Another rule of thumb you can go is just buy them when they stop dropping. Let's say there's a tradable pack and second inform Pepe comes out and he drops down to like 20, 30, Let's say he drops down to 50k, and then he drops down to 45k, and then he drops down to 42k, and then he drops down to 40k, and then he's 40k for about half an hour, and he's not dropping whatsoever. Probably look at buying him, because you want to buy players when they stop dropping, because again, they should rebound sooner rather than later. I'd imagine these cards will be cheapest. They can always be cheapest anywhere from like half an hour into it if there's insane panic selling, which we could really see. If not, maybe 7, half 7 as such, but that is just a number plucked from the air and not really too much of an educated guess. But yeah, I think that is going to wrap it up there for what the market should do if we do get ourselves some guaranteed Team of the Week packs, that being in the pack code. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video.